saving files, I do recommend you obviously go into your set project window. I'm going to set my location first of all. Yes, I'll set it here. Host demo, hit set. Create default workspace. I'm going to go to project window. Again, that's in here. Hit accept. Okay, I usually go back and just to make sure, I'll set project window again. Set. There we go. What I like to do is in the settings here under File, Save Settings, I go to the options. And typically what I like to do is say increment save. Okay, and I'll hit edit save settings. So increment save, you can limit it to 20 files, so it'll hit 20 and then start copying over. In my case, usually my files are not that heavy, so I usually leave that off. And I'll save this as house. I usually just give it like a fairly straightforward name. And then for save as, okay, under save as, I want to save it as a MA file. And that's basically it. So I'm going to show you what happens. I'll hit save settings, save scene as. Yes, I'll replace it. So let's say I'm just going to do some basic changes and hit Control S. What's going to happen, very nicely I might add, is that if you go in here, right, under scenes, you'll have the current version of the file, and then you have a folder that's created for you called increment save. So now I've actually got versioning happening automatically when I hit Control S. So let's say I make a copy, okay, hit Control S. Now you get version 2. Version 2, whatever the latest version that's in here, will automatically update to here. One of the reasons this is very useful is that maybe you've got a scene where you're starting to like bring this building in, even though it's not fully ready, but you've got the basic shape. If you link that, it's always going to link to the latest copy, which is this one, right? So when you go back in and load this, and let's say you make version 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say 7's the latest, 7 will also save over this. Okay, so that way when you're linking files, like it's called referencing, right? Referencing will allow you to keep the most up-to-date version linked, and you're not having to manage it by hand and saying, oh, I'm going to update now and load version 7, version 8. So I find this really, really effective for, yeah, basically having versioning. And if you know, a lot of you will say, oh, I'm saving a new version, 007 underscore fix, 007 underscore fix. And then it goes fix 001 fix, you know, just leave the numbering straight ahead. And if you have to go back, let's say I go back to version 1 and I hit save as, it'll save it as version 3 now. Okay, so we use software called Flow, right? You're using Flow, I think, or have used Flow. Flow allows you to basically create a diary and a tracking. So you can say, oh, version 3 is where I kind of went so far with this version, and I went back to version 2 and saved it as version 4. So that way you keep notes on, you know, where you're branching and changing things. Okay.